Hey guys, Mason, uh, giving you guys the summary of chapters 11 and 12 for Law and Ethics. Uh, Chapter 11 kind of goes over a news report over the idea of children's swimming classes to help lower mortality rates for children's drowning in, I guess, pools or oceans. Um, but there was a moral dilemma with the sources kind of going back and forth against each other in uh, what position they believe in, and it made it very hard for the interviewer to get an actual good story because the sources were back and forth with which is right and which is wrong. And then in chapter 12, we come across another dilemma with children and reporting news too early. I think the example was some Facebook post or something that went up uh, during the investigation that kind of led people to believe one thing when it was actually another, or jumping to conclusions. Um, it was a whole debacle with suicide prevention and all that. Um, and then of course they had to run damage control because of that, because now the whole news company's lost its reputation due to the fact of uh, news being reported too early. Um, I think ethically, I I know and understand that you're supposed to get multiple sources. For chapter 11 was talking about the sources. You have to get multiple sources, um, and I know sometimes people just have differing ideas. Um, but I believe you always want to go after the source that is going towards the story objective that you're trying to find. Sometimes that just means you're not gonna give any mind to anyone who's telling you otherwise. Um, but it helps keep your story on track, um, so that you can produce it and get it out there on time and get it on a story that is newsworthy, I guess. And for the second one, it's just a simple issue of people jumping the gun, and there's always going to be people like that out there who are going to say something and turns out it's not true. I mean, we have it continuously even today with uh, news reports of criminal shootings and stuff like that. People always, well, why did they have to shoot him? Or and in some cases, I mean, it was invalid for police to use lethal force, and then in others, people are jumping to conclusions, but they don't realize that the guy had a gun or a knife, and yet they still ask why they shot him. Um, and I think that in itself is a whole another issue. I think news reports and these Twitter posters and Facebook poster people need to slow down and look at the report. That multiple people, had to sign off on, stating that this is how it went. Of course, police are wearing body cameras these days too, so they also cross-check what they tell the precinct with what is on the body camera footage. So honestly, I just think it's a matter of people needing to slow down and read into things before jumping to conclusions and making everyone's life more difficult and, you know, defaming others. And I think that's all for the summary for 11 and 12. Thank you guys, and see you guys next week.